Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a bit slow, so just give me a moment to load. Um, okay, so I hope you can see the slide now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So quick intro. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. So quick intro. Myself, Bhavani, and with me, my colleague Hem is there who will assist us. So we both are working as AI consultant at Google. Our main agenda for the next 4 weeks or the 4 sessions that we'll be conducting, we'll be going through these labs that you see here. So basically, under each topic that you see here, right? Cloud compute, storage, PubSub. Sorry, any issue?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
All right.
no.
Okay.
Bhavan, if there are any questions, we'll park those towards the end so that it doesn't interrupt your
Yeah,
flow.
yeah. So each topic that you see here is having multiple labs. Okay. So and some of those labs are like 2 hours lab. Some of them are 45 minute to 1 hour labs. So we will not be able to do all these labs today, right? For this week, we'll go through the first one, the basics of Google compute, the cloud compute, and under that there are multiple labs. So we'll do one by one. We'll see how many we can do, provided the time. And what we want that once the session is over, you will have 1 week of time before the next session happens on coming Thursday. So you should be completing all the labs under each section. Okay. And ensure that I'll show you how these labs are going to be done. Once they are done, then we will jump to the next lab. And some of these labs are quite straightforward. So for that, we feel we do not need to give too much explanation because they are quite straightforward. But in some cases where you have some question and concerns, maybe in the beginning, we will try to see if some of those critical questions we can take it in the beginning of every sessions. And at the last session, which is week 4, is purely for your question answers. If you have any issues that you encountered, mostly this week 4 is to sort out any of your issues. Okay. And other thing is that from the top you see here, right? The compute, storage, looker, cloud functions are not necessary. You will be covering everything. Rather, I will give you a brief intro about that, because there is a specific link of where you can, if you want to explore more in that topic. For example, before we deep dive, you see we have cloud compute. Under cloud compute, we have many resources are there, like for your computer you have CPU, you have hard disk, you have solid state drives. Quite a lot of things are there. You have RAMs, right? So if you want to drill down further, like what type of CPUs are available, how many cores are available, right? All those things you can explore in the documentation. And what we will be focusing mostly here, probably on week 2 and week 3, is on the Vertex AI side, like how we create prompts, what are all the services part of Vertex AI, how do we create GenAI applications, and so on. Okay. But for today, just to get you started, I just want to ensure you all can log into the labs. You can to ensure you are able to use, if you have any credits and want to complete one lab today at least, so you will repeat the same thing in the coming days. Is that clear to all? Just quick hands up, the thumbs up if you all can give. Brilliant. Okay. Now if I click on this, I will share, I don't know if these are already shared with you, but I'll share this slide or the links with all of you so that you can go into each slide, each links. Let's say I click on this link. Okay. You can see under this link, because this is a complete course for compute cloud, right? So if you see, we have multiple labs: create a virtual machines, create persistent disk, how you can create web applications. And once you, because if you are just blindly, without understanding anything, if you're just reading the instruction, clicking reading them, then what would happen? You will not be able to solve the problem towards the end, right? Because this, the last part is something based on your understanding. You will not have any instruction. So you will be given a task, and by understanding the task, you have to do this. So that's why this is a challenge lab, and at the end you will be able to get the course badge. Okay, so like this, for every sections you have to do, and at the end you will be getting 15 skill badges. Okay, now moving to the next one. So the, because I don't know how many of you have already logged into the Cloud Console, but some of you might have good idea, like how the Cloud Console look like, how many types of services are there, how the services have been, categorized, like for data analytics, for AI ML, for networking, right? So like that, we have done that categorizations. Okay. Since we will be talking about cloud compute today, what I thought, you might have created instances, many of you know, just to give you a fair idea, like how these, compute instances are being used in Google Cloud infrastructure. You'll give a very high level idea how that looks like. Okay, so whenever you work in a company, when you join a company and you work for, work in the cloud, you will see some kind of landing zone, something like this. So let me go to the slide. So, and yeah, so on the right side that you see here, probably a very basic architecture will be there always in any, if you're working in a software based company where they are leveraging, creating multiple applications, their applications are running on cloud, they will have a basic landing zone like this. Okay, if you see here, on the left side, you see this is the on-premise where we have multiple applications running. On-premise means, where it's like you have your own instances in your office. You have, like, hundreds of instances. So we are saying this is on-premise. Similarly, we have applications running in other cloud vendors as well. Okay, so that's why we have this box called other cloud vendor. And on the Google Cloud, you can see we have a VPC. Under VPC, we can see multiple projects are there. Okay, project one, project two, and under each, we can see there are service projects where applications are running. Okay, so what you see here, these are some of those dedicated projects for certain task. Okay, host project is what you see here is mostly for the networking stuffs. Here we do not run, any applications or anything. It is like entry point to our infrastructure. On the analytics project, you see this is, where our analytics jobs run. The developers create analytical jobs, ETL jobs, and quite a lot of things. Okay, and if you have a front end application or front end website, something is running, you can deploy that into one compute instance or the compute engine that you see here, right? So this is another project. So if we have multiple teams, we can have multiple projects. So there are multiple types of architecture that we follow when we build something. Any problem statement that comes in, if you're building a solution, then all this, whatever you see here like this, we need to build it so that down the line, we can properly create dev environment, test UA production, giving proper access to users, developers, and all those things will come into picture. So all that you see here, right, today we'll focus only this part, like how we create this compute engine. Okay, because we can create using the console, already, and we can create using the command line utility that you can. So that's what we'll be focusing. Rest all that you see here, right, what is cloud identity, what is IAM, if you know, that is good. If you do not know, I recommend simply do a Google search, what is cloud identity, and try to understand. So each component you see here, not necessarily you need to be master in this, but better to have some sort of idea of, what are these terminology that you see here. Does that make sense? Okay, moving to the basic of Google Cloud Compute. So we'll get into this one. I'll ping this link to everyone. So you all should get into this link, and we will get started with the lab. Okay. If you all just click on that link and ensure we all are in this page, and just a quick thumbs up if you see this link, this page that I'm showing. Yes, a quick question. I'll just take 1-2 questions. No question. Okay. Then let's open the very first link, create a virtual machine. Okay. And you see the Start Lab button, right? Let's click on this Start Labs. Okay. Now you see here we have username and password. So what we will do now, this, the console link, right? We'll open this link. So you can directly log in, create a tab and there directly can do. But for me, since I want to use this credential, not any other credential, what I will do, I'll click on this and go to new incognito window. Okay. And here you also type console.googlecloud.com. Okay, I'll just ping this link to all of you in case you do not have this link.
Hello.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. So it is asking for token, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It's for asking for enter the lab.
Asking for token letter 123, and all stuff, sir.
You don't see
Sir, you can also launch with credit.
Yes, there is an option that do you want to use the credit or you want to use the token. So you can click the option of the credit, then it will deduct the
Well, there is
credit.
no visibility of credit option, ma'am.
Okay, but
It's only the option of buy credit, not to use the credit
then
in place
did
of
you
Did you
recover
redeem
your
the code?
309? Yes, did you do that 309 credits?
Yes, yes. We had redeemed that using that code.
Then it
So
should not
everything
be
is
a
working
problem.
properly. Creating a virtual machine interface is also visible, but the token problem is occurring now.
How many of you are getting the token issue, and how many are able to log in, are able to see this?
Sir, we are able to log in. There is a option launch with 1 credit.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I have
It's
used
not
that
in
one
the
credit and signed in.
Use your credits only.
So basically, if you have added the credits to your respective accounts and you are logging in with that account, you should be able to
Yes.
leverage the credits
It is
for this
showing me
particular
5
plan.
credits.
Ma'am,
For
but
those
we are
who
not
don't see that
having
option,
the option
please.
of credit.
Hey, I think we are talking about the same thing and just making noise. Nandini, if you could hear me. If you have added the credits, this should not be a problem. But if you think that this is a problem, write to DSC support team in parallel. You can either chat with them or you can send them an email and they should be able to help you. But let's not waste time resolving this at the moment. It's important to understand the concepts and fundamentals at this time.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you're not able to log in, right, don't worry. Still the instructions are no quite easy to follow, and since I'm sharing the screen, keep watching them now, so at least you understand what is happening. And by EOD or by tomorrow, you try to sort out that credit issue. Okay, will that work for everyone? Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then so now you copy this username and let's go to the the incognito one that we open and give this username. And let's go back to this one, copy the password, okay, and hit next. Click I understand, because this is the first time we are logging with this email ID. Then you see this one. So
we can do it directly by clicking on Google Cloud Console also, right?
yes, yes. So why I opened in this incognito is that see, if you, the user that I used is this one, right, student. But if you are already logged in using your other Gmail account, right, then what would happen? The moment you log into console, because of the single sign-on, it will try to take the current email ID that you have logged in the browser. Okay, so you can do that way, or if you're not getting that issue and directly getting the login user ID password, then you can log in the same browser.
I guess
Okay.
it creates a new profile when we
Yeah.
click on Google Cloud Console.
Yes, you can do that well. So we can click here, and if you all know how to create profiles, then we can switch between profiles and you can do that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
perfect. So now once we are in the console, you come here, see here, you will see one drop down like select project. So we need to select this project. Okay, now let's go back to this one. You can see, scroll down below here, there are some instructions, accept terms and conditions, blah blah, all the things. Then here, before starting clicking active cloud shell, what we have to do, in the top you can see here, right, we need to select this as the project. So I selected the project ID here. Okay, now we are inside the project. Right now, since some of you already know and some of you do not know, you can see on the left side, right, on this hamburger menu that you see here, you can see there are multiple services that we have. Okay, cloud storage, BigQuery, VPC network, quite a lot of things are there. So if this is the very first time you are logging into the console, okay, or if you have a personal account where you have already created a GCP account, I would suggest you go through all these categories that you see here. Under management, what, just the read, what are the services available. Under compute, what is there. So try to have some basic idea that these are different category: compute, storage, analytics, networking, serverless, all these things. You should have some basic idea. Okay, these are different types of services available on Google Cloud. Okay, so what we will do now, let's come. So if you click on this Google Cloud icon, we are now into this again, the console home page. Okay, now let's come here in the instruction. You can see activate cloud shell, right? Click activate cloud shell at the top of the cloud console. So what we'll do now, let's go to this one. Okay, you see on here we have activate cloud shell. Let's click on this. When we click on this, on the bottom you can see we have one small window comes up, cloud shell. Okay, select continue. Then one small terminal will be opening. Okay, so since you have already used Linux, right, or you have used Windows command prompt, so this is similar to that. It's a terminal where we write commands, whatever we do here, right, using the mouse pointer, right, click and all, whatever you see, right, same thing can be done through the command prompt as well. So what is our first instruction? Let's read that. Okay, we need to run this command, gcloud auth list. You can click on this button. So let's see what it is giving. Now it is giving, we need to authorize, because this is a terminal which is trying to access the services under this project, right? So let's authorize this. So the CLI, we can perform, activities, resource related activities using the command line. So now we are good. Now let's see what is our next instruction. Okay, you can see whatever here, the same thing, it has come there. Now we'll run this command gcloud. So gcloud is actually the utility. Okay, think like it's a package having lot of what do you say, like multiple command related information. So gcloud is the starting, then the configuration, gcloud config, then what we want to do, we want to list how many projects we have. So list the project. Now let's go to that. Okay, and let's run it. So you can just do a copy paste, and you can see the project is this one. Okay, and you can also see here this is the project ID. Okay, now let's see what's the next instruction. So we are done with this step. Okay, now next thing is, you can see here we have something called understanding regions and zones. Now since we are in cloud, so what happens, like you have your local machine, local laptop, right? Similarly, we have multiple such machines create and stored in a data center. Okay, there are multiple places where we have created those data centers. So there are multiple regions. Okay, and under every region we have also multiple zones. Now why you have created that, let's say you have created one machine in one region, and due to something okay, it goes down, then there is another region where resources are available. So what happens, we can redirect all our traffic to the instance in the other region. So that's why, because of those failover requirement, right, if we need high availability, then we need multiple regions and multiple zones. Okay, so you can see here the regions, there are multiple regions like Western US, Central US, Eastern US. Okay, in US these are the regions, and under each region we have multiple zones. So you can create one instance under this zone, and you can create another instance in this zone, and both of them under one region. So this is why you have done this, because if one zone goes down, then the other zone is available. Okay, now if you want to know more about this, right, you can directly search for this GCP regions. Probably you can see like 40 regions are there worldwide, and in what country it is available, in what country it is not available. All those informations are listed in this. Now coming back to our instructions, so let's follow the instruction down below. Now we run this command to set the project region. So copy this command. Okay, set compute region to US West 1. So copied. Then let's come to the utility, and let me make it a bit bigger. Okay, so you can see update property done. Then let's go to the next instruction. Similarly, all you can see, once this is done, what we are going to do is create some variables in the command prompt. So this export command will create one environment variable called region, and we'll be storing US West 1. Why we need this? So after some time, right, we'll be using some other commands where we need these variables multiple times. So instead writing every time US West 1, we'll be directly using these variables. So let's copy this one, and it will be now straightforward. Paste it. Similarly, go to the next instruction for zone and paste it. Okay, so 2 variables are done. Let's go to next one. Now what we have to do, create new instance, okay, from the cloud console. So what we'll be doing now, we have to follow this instruction. Let's read it first. We'll go to the consoles, go to the compute engine section, then the VM instance section, then we'll click on create instance, then it will create a new instance. While creating the instance, these are some fields that will come, and we have to select these fields. Okay, so let's go that to the console. I'll just drag it down. I click on this hamburger. Okay, you can see here compute engine. Okay, or in the home screen you can see here as well. So these are like quick access if you want to go to this section. So I'll go here, then go to compute engine, then click on VM instances. Okay, so now you can see we are in the compute engine service. Okay, then this service itself is quite big, quite a lot of things are there. So quickly you see on the left side, we have VM instance, instance templates, machine images, all these things you don't need to worry. But when you do some, data engineer course or some architecture based course, right, then you will be able to understand how and when to use all of them. So as per instruction, we are into this. Click on the create instance. Okay, let's close this one. Now you can see here it is saying give a name, select the regions, zones, okay, and you can see it is saying the monthly what will be the cost if we keep it running. Okay, so be careful if you're running from your own email ID if you have any GCP account. Now we'll give the names. So it's saying the name is GC Lab. Copy this one, then US West 1, US West 1A. So give the name. Ensure you change this, okay, the names. GC Lab, so US West 1, zone we have to select US West 1A, right? And then what we have to select, let's see, the series, what is the machine type? We have to select E2, machine, the how many CPU? It is 2 CPUs, okay? And boot disk, the disk in the machine we need 10 GB, and firewall allow HTTP traffic. So these options are there, we just need to select it. Okay, so this is by default selected. So if it is not, you select the E2 one. Okay, and if you scroll down, you can see under E2 we have 2 vCPU, because in E2 series we have multiple types of CPUs are available. Okay, so I'll select the default one, whatever we have, E2 medium, 2 CPU, 1 core, okay, 4 GB RAM. Then the provisioning model will not touch it, standards. Then scroll down. Okay, this is, you can see the disk is now 10 GB. Then a little bit scroll down. So firewall, it is said allow HTTP traffic. So we'll selected this one, and that's it. So let's quickly verify. HTTP traffic 10 GB. Okay, 2 CPU, E2 series. Okay, it's all fine. So click on create. Okay, so create it. You can see now this instance is created. So by the time it creates, let's quickly see what is our next instruction. So far, everyone following this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So then let's go to the instruction. Okay. Now, since the machine is created, we need to install this web server. So there are multiple servers available. You can use this one. Some people can use Apache, but as per the instruction, let's use this one. So what we're gonna do is we have to update the OS first. Okay. So how are you gonna do that? Let's copy this. Okay. Let's see any instruction there. Once it is created, it should take a minute. Okay. Then we need to SSH to that VM. Okay, we need to get into that VM. So let's go to the UI then. Okay, it is created. You see there is a button here, right? You can SSH. Okay, let's click on this. So one new window opens up. Okay, so you see authorize it. Okay, now this terminal that you see here, this terminal, actually we are now into that instance. Okay, we are inside that instance now. Now here we'll be running few commands. So the first one we copied from there. It is to update all the packages. Okay, all the Linux packages. So let's run it. So it will do a quick update. Okay, then what is the next one? So let's see. Okay, this is what we ran it. Then copy this one. This is to install the Nginx. So let's come to the SSH. Okay. Test it and run it. Okay, so the server is now running. Now how to verify? Now the next command is to see if it is running. Okay, copied.
Sir, actually, screen
Yeah.
is stopped.
So
Yeah.
the screen is freezed.
Which screen you are able to see now?
Only
SSH.
command prompt. SSH in
SSH.
browser.
SSH browser.
Okay, so this was this. Can you see my pointer? It is moving.
No, sir.
Okay.
Also.
It is not moving.
Okay. Let me do one.
Bhavani, I think you should reshare your screen.
Yes. Let me.
Sir, I have
Yeah.
a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. You sent that link, sir. I have gone to that link, sir, but it is saying me to sorry. The token is you entered is invalid, sir. So what can I do now, sir? How can I follow you? And will I get any session, sir, recorded sessions to follow after it, sir?
Yes, the token issue is, that will be sorted once you have the credits available. Okay, once you have the credits available, then you can directly come to this section. So the token issue is, completely different. I mean, we can have a discussion on that if you all are facing, but mostly if you have the credits, then you will not see that issue. Okay, so we'll see that one. Okay, let's follow from here. Like, we created the instance, we did the SSH, and then what we should do. Okay. Okay, so now you can see my screen. So what we did, quick recap. We logged into SSH, we updated the packages, we installed the web server, then we'll verify if it is running. So let me open the SSH box. Okay, so I hope you all can see, right? Okay, so now you can see this is running. Now this is from command prompt to verify. We can verify this from the UI as well. So how to verify this? Now what we will do, we'll go to the console once again. VM instance, this one. So you can see here this external IP, right? If you click on this, a new window will open. Okay, new tab. And in this tab, if you see this, this is not a problem because we do not have any certificate, anything installed. Click on continue to the site. So you can see now we are in this machine that you see this IP address. This is nothing but this IP address, right? External IP. So anyone who has this IP, they can log in. I mean, they can connect to this and they can see the server. So in this server, if you have any HTML pages, anything, any website, something, that will be running here. So far we are good. Now let's follow what is our next instruction. Okay, so you can see this window now. Yes, so what we have to do, right? Since we are doing, we need to check our progress. So check my progress. Okay, so make sure this is, sometimes it takes some 2-3 minutes in case it is not green tick mark.
Sir, can you repeat where to get the website?
So let's go to the console once again. Okay, so this is the console. You see, right, the VM instance, and here the external IP you see, I'll highlight here. So if you click on this, right, then you will see that. I'll click on once again. You see this one. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir, got it.
Perfect. So let's quickly go to our instructions. Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
I'm unable to get it. It's
So I'm
saying the
completed
site
this
is not secure.
Yeah, click on continue. Okay.
I have completed this lab.
Perfect.
Sir, I'm not getting credits.
You're not getting?
So credits, sir, it's showing only 0.
After few minutes, you will get it. Like
You'll
wait for
get
5 minutes.
Yeah, I've been waiting for 15 minutes.
No, no, it will come. It will come.
Refresh the page, I guess.
Yeah, it will come. Okay, refresh it. It should
Okay, sir.
come, or if it's not coming, it will come. Don't worry. But
Or you
if you
can close all the tabs and again you can rejoin, then it will show it.
Okay, sure, Sonal.
okay.
Thank you.
So now let's go to the task 3. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, whatever we did in the UI, so right in the mouse pointer, I went, clicked on create instance, everything. Instead doing that, we'll run a command which will create it for us. Okay, we'll create another instance. Okay, we'll create another instance called GCE Lab 2. The first one in the beginning, if you remember, what was the name here? You see GCE Lab. So this is one instance from the user interface from the console. Now we'll create same using command line. So let's come back to our console. Yeah, man. Okay, so what we'll do now, let's close this SSH window because anyway we have installed the web server, so this is not required. So I closed it. Okay, now we'll come down here. Okay, this one. So the command that we copied, just paste it here and run it. Now you see in the command you have used this the environment variable $June, right? So we'll be using the West1A US West1A to create another instance. So after some time we will be seeing two instance created here. Okay, let's quickly refresh that. You can see GC Lab 2 is created. Okay. Now why we need this command line? Because when you will be getting into a DevOps role kind of things, right, where you do some automations, create machines using command line, delete machines using command line, then for that automation these are very much required to do that, because there is no human sitting and doing using the browser. Okay. Okay, so him, let's just take a look what the issue. For others, okay, so we created this. Okay, you should be able to see this. If I click on check my progress, then we should see this is completed because GC Lab 2 is actually created. Okay, then moving to the next one. So we'll just quickly check how many instructions we have, because we have 13 minutes left. Okay, so we're gonna do
Sir,
this.
it's not being created, sir. My
Still running.
It's done, sir, 100 points.
But it says you do not currently have an active account selected. Please run this.
Okay, did you follow the instruction in the beginning, like authentication? So there is one.
Yes, sir.
Authentication. You are using this 10 credentials, right? Username, whatever, you are using your personal.
Yes, sir.
Which one you are using? Whatever in the lab it is given, or the personal?
No, sir. Whatever is given in the lab.
Oh. So do one thing, run this one gcloud auth list once, okay? And ensure in the top, you have selected the project. Here the project is selected, and then see if you're still getting the issue, then probably we need to look into it. Okay, so we'll do one thing quickly. So just hold on, we have enough time. I can get into someone else's screen, you can share your screen, we'll try to fix. Let's finish this lab and we'll take some questions. Okay,
Sir, when I run gcloud auth list, it says no credentialed accounts. To login, run gcloud auth login account.
Okay, no credentials. Okay, so we'll get into your screen. Maybe after 5 minutes, you just share your screen, we'll take a look. Maybe that will help everyone if similar issue coming. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So next is we created this. Scroll down. We created from console. We install the web server. Then we created using gcloud command line, success. Okay. Yeah, and these commands that you see here, it is to tell you, like, if you want to understand under create what options are there. So if you run this -help, right, dash help, it will give you the details of what options are there in this command line utility. For example, okay, I'll make it a bit bigger. If I run this -help, you can see these are all these options available. For example, you want to, maybe the quick one will see something which is yeah, you want to know what is the host name, then you run this -- host name -- instance termination action. So these are multiple options available. Okay, so now let's go to our next instruction. This is just for your information, okay, just to know what options are there in the help. Then if you do Control-C, then you will come out of that instruction. So you see here, I did a Control-C, then now I'm into the main, the home. Now let's go to yeah, this one, right, gcloud compute SSH. So now the way we did SSH, right, if you want to do from command line, you can do from command line. So if I go back to the instance section again, if you remember, if you want to do SSH, you either click from here, do SSH, or if you want to go from this command line utility, then the same command, if you paste here gcloud SSH, then this is the machine, the GC lab 2, then we will be SSHing into that. Okay, so let me come out of this. Okay, I'll be very clear. So yeah, now yeah, that's all. So these are all. If you want to do SSH, the same thing, we'll get into the SSH, and same process. Why you need to SSH? If you want to get into the machine, GC lab 2, and if you want to install the Nginx server or any Apache web server, then you can do accordingly. Okay, and finally we are done all the instructions. Now we need to do a quick test your knowledge. So the question is, in how many ways we can create VM instance? Okay, this compute engine, in the compute engine, can we do using Cloud Console, and can we do using command line? So we can do in both case, right? So we have to select both and submit it. You can see this is now correct. Okay, so that's it. So we are done with the lab. So now what? Yeah.
So before closing the lab, I did a mistake in making the account.
Okay.
Show the Cloud Console, the starting, what you did.
In the beginning?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the beginning, right, when you use this username, password, once you log in.
No, only the Cloud Console, the command you use.
I think you're breaking. Just put a message in the chat window. We'll take a look. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, just now I logged into my account and I got 9 credits. Okay.
Okay.
So when I complete this hands-on lab, I will get 300 more. Okay. So can I do it tomorrow?
Yeah. So as long as you have credits, you can do that. Okay. So this one now is complete, and here we completed before the time. Okay. So I'll just end this lab. Now remember, the moment we click on end lab, anything you have created in that environment, right, everything will be lost. Okay, that will be deleted, because the username password you see here, it is a temporary one created for this lab only. Okay, so just in case if you are thinking you have uploaded some files to cloud storage or something, make sure you take the screenshots, or whatever you are, you secure them, and then you click on end lab. Okay, so I'll click on this end lab. And sometimes what happens, right? Even if you click on end lab, that environment will still be available for some 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, so don't worry if it is still, allowing you to log in. Eventually, it will be destroyed. Okay, so I'll just end this lab. Okay, so cancel. So we are good now on this. Now what we have to do, let's come back to our next lab, the main menu.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, if lab is not completed in the given time, can we re-attempt it?
Can read that once again. You can. That time
For
you.
free time, I guess.
Sorry.
We can do a lab for 3 times, right?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get 3 chances to complete.
So I am having doubt.
Yeah.
The one thing is there that for attempting the labs, again it is asking for a credit. So do my credits will waste, and 309 credits
Yes.
are enough?
Every time you do whatever credits it is, it is required to start the lab, that credit will be lost. Okay, so that's why.
Yeah, but total GenAI Study Jam has a 309 credits provided, right? And all
That is-
labs will cost something credits. Then will the credit waste, or may I able to complete the Study Jam in given credits or not?
You have enough credits to do all the lab. Okay, so that's
With the 3 attempts, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do multiple times, you will consume more credits. That's why you be careful while doing this. Okay, so what happens, I remember when I was doing, long time back, I just start the lab and I'll go and watch something, come back after 30 minutes. No, so you have to be dedicatedly, you need to spend the time and complete it. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
So
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Bhuvan, sorry to interrupt. Just one thing, you all have 300 credits, which are provided, not 9 credits.
Ma'am, when we use the unique access code, we get provided with the 9 credits. So in total, we get 309 credits to do the skill badge labs.
Yes, correct. That's right.
Yeah.
Will the participants get also 300 credits or limited credits compared to us?
Ma'am, suppose.
Organizer and students.
Ma'am, a question. Suppose using that access code, I open my Skill Boost account and access it, attain the 9 credits, and after that, if I use a different mail account by same access code, will I get the 9 credits there also?
What was that question?
Using the access code given in the mail, log in the Cloud Boost skill account,
right,
and gaining those 9 credits. And after that, in case second time I use the different Gmail account using the same access code in the Cloud Skill Boost account, will I get the credits there also?
No, you will not.
Hey, let me take this one. So let's take a step back. Imagine you got a coupon code, you redeemed it on one account. Now you go and you try to redeem it on another account. Will that work? But if you have 2 different coupon codes and you are trying to redeem those different accounts, will that work, or how that logic works?
Okay, ma'am.
Sometimes we have to think as engineers than just thinking that we've received certain codes and how that process would work.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question. So, few of my participants, they said to me that they can complete more than 10 labs a day. And I said them not to do these practices, but they were asking like how many times they have to wait before starting another lab after they have completed 10 labs a day. Like, do they wait for 24 hours, or like they can start after 12 hours itself? Hello.
Yep. Sorry, I thought. Can you repeat just a question?
Yeah, like some of my participants were asking how much time they have to wait after completing 10 labs a day. They were saying that they can complete more than 10 labs a day.
It is 10 labs per day. Okay.
Yeah.
So the labs we have, right? You can eventually. So let's say we have 7 days. Okay, every day if you do 10 labs, it is 70 labs. Okay, so but we don't have that much labs to do in 1 week. Okay, so the time and credits we have is enough to complete all the labs.
No, they were asking mainly how much time they need to wait before starting.
Each day you can do that, huh?
Each day you can do 10 labs max, right? So
Yeah,
next day
like
you do another 10 labs.
I have completed 10 labs today. Okay, like after 7 p.m. like my 10 labs are completed. So can I start tomorrow at 7 a.m.? Like that will be 12 hours.
Oh, okay. So you are saying whether I should wait exactly 24 hours or should I wait for the next day?
Yeah.
I think just check that one. I think I'm not very sure on this. It is exactly 24 hours or it is midnight is the cutoff time. Just check it once. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Or
you.
maybe offline, I can anyway check it for you as well, and I can pass that information.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Actually, I already asked you, na, sir, that it is showing me to buy the credits. So I can't follow you properly. How to complete the labs and all, sir. So my credit is now 0, sir. What should I do now, sir?
Nikita, so for credit, I think that has to be sorted separately because many of you have already.
Sir, I'm still.
Hey,
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, I am still seeing that the no credential account. I am trying all these steps back again. It still shows no credential account.
yeah, hello, listen to me. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, just follow the steps you have got in your mail and your credits will be there. You have to just complete one lab that intro to Google Cloud. It will
Okay,
be
that is
15, 10.
that is okay,
You will
but
go
I can't able to follow sir now properly because it's showing me to buy the credits now. So I am stuck in
Have
the-
you written the access code? Once you written that access code,
Yeah.
you will have a 9 credits. Then you use like complete a hands-on tour. Once you complete that lab, you will get a 309 credits in your profile.
I also tried 3 times. After that, I got 6.
Ma'am, this is actually an issue even our participants have faced. They get their access codes and they go on incognito and they try to redeem it and they're still having 0 credits. They have to repeatedly do that process for they've been doing it for 2 days and some of them still haven't been able to. And some of them after repeatedly doing it, they've been able to redeem those 9 credits, that initial 9 credits, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm also having the problem. I have used the access code in the morning itself, but
That's
I
majorly
haven't got
happening.
my
That's
credits.
majorly happening due to you are not copying the full code. They are only copying the half code, not the complete
Okay,
code. I
guys,
have
just
also
wait for the answers. So,
Chill, guys.
wait.
Ma'am, is ma'am in the meeting?
Okay.
No.
Let me quickly check. Okay.
Sir,
So let's do
Bani sir, can you
let's do
can you
one.
please raise?
Yeah, I'll raise this one. I'll discuss. Okay. Surprisingly, many of you are able to get it, and some of you are not able to get it. One thing which we can sort out is, like someone said, after doing 2 times or 3 times, you are getting. Okay, just try that one because many of you are able to do that one, and we will see how to do that. In the first attempt. Now the others who are not at all able to get it, just see the instruction once, okay, and drop a mail what you followed, the details that you have followed, and probably we will see how to fix it. Okay.
Sir, I got a question.
One thing I want to, sir, just a minute, sir. The account we are logging in, the account on Google Cloud, like student something,
Yeah.
is that should be sign in that account, or the account from which we have the credit should be sign in there?
So the credits probably can someone share who has got 309 credits. I want to see how the screen looks like.
Actually, sir, if we do
Yeah, I
it
got.
in a
Hello. I got credits.
Anyone who can voluntarily share the screen having 309 credits or 300 credits?
So the
Just
credits
wait.
must be available in your the Gmail account or any account that you have registered for this Quick Labs course. And for after you start the lab also, where you get the student account, there you will not see any credits also. So when you start the lab, ideally the credits from your learner account or your Gmail, the primary Gmail account for doing the course must be available there.
Hello, sir. I got a question. So, as Nikita ma'am mentioned that there is a limit of 10 labs per day, right? Let's say that I completed 9 labs and I'm on my 10th lab, right? And due to some connection issues or whatever, something goes wrong with that lab, right? So I have to retake that lab. But the limit was for 10 labs a day. So if I like retake that 10th lab, will it be counted as my 11th lab or will it be counted as my 10th lab itself?
So ideally, if there is a problem with your training during the training or the lab session, if something goes wrong, you should be able to resume with some time lapse or time loss or so. So that if you continue in the same session, it will be probably the 10th lab. But if you stop it and because the lab is not complete, I think it will go to the next session, which is like where you finish it completely should be taken as a 10th complete lab or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Yes,
that
sir.
too. Remember one thing: if you are completing, 10 labs in a day, it is like you are spending almost 8 hours because most of the labs are around 1 hour. Okay, so that's a really hard limit to reach. Even if you do either you are not following or you already know those things well in advance. Okay, so yeah, I think that's a pretty good number of what I think.
Sir, I think I asked that question because some people are really get competitive even at the start of the cohort, right? Not towards the end, but at the start they want to get top positions because
Yeah.
that is how we advertise it. So yeah.
Yeah, we can probably once Nikita and all available, we can have a discussion offline as well. If most of you are reaching that 10 per day, then we should definitely increase. But from what I understand, from a human perspective,